Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Balanti Sevadanti Vandeham Shri Guru Shruta Padakam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Savadetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Cha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasha Deshatadine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Badayate Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurite Nama He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, we are seeing today the fourth chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, but we'll continue from the third chapter where we had left. And if you remember where we have left, Ete Jancha Kala Pumsam Krishna to Bhagavan Swayam Indrariyam Indari Vyakulam Loke Vidanti Yuga Yuge. That after describing all the avatars, Srila Vyasadeva said that Krishna is Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Swayam Bhagavan. And we saw different Leela avatars, Purusha avatars, and other avatars. And today we are going to begin our session with the Purusha avatars. The difference between the Leela avatars and Purusha avatars. So one question I wanted to ask all the devotees, if you remember the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, so which form of Krishna is more rare to see? Two-handed form or the universal form? Yes. What's the answer? Which form of Krishna is more rare to see? Two-handed form or?
Two-handed form.
Yeah. So why two-handed form is more rare to see of Krishna? Okay, why two-handed form is more rare to see of Krishna than the universal form? Anyone? Okay, Parsati Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Because the demigods, they earn to see that 200 form.
Yeah. So we need Prema Chakshu, and only Lord descends from Goloka Vrindavan, then the Lord shows this two-handed form. There, Goloka University. Where the universal form, the Lord manifests many times in the universal creation and thing. So the source of universal form is Krishna's two-handed form. There. And you'll see Krishna's Leela avatars are more attractive than the universal form of the Lord. The universal form of the Lord is only the greatness of the Lord. But the personal form of the Lord, where you can relate with the Lord, and they're completely transcendental there. So that's what the discussion begins of the today's chapter about Bhagavata Rasamalayam. Yes. So Krishna's incarnation versus Virat Rupa. See, just like, now there are the two definitions of the Virat Rupa. So Bhagavatam talks about a Virat Rupa, this universe, this universe as a form of the Lord, as a body of the Lord. For example, There's a difference between us and our body, isn't it? So, but we indicate ourselves by this body. Same way, Lord is not the universe. Lord is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu with 400 transcendental forms. But we cannot see the Lord Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's transcendental form. So we see the universe and say it is the Lord. Just like when we see our body, we say, okay, he's the person. But actually, the soul is sitting inside the body. So, in the same way, the Lord's spiritual form, as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, is a transcendental form, or whatever the avatars are coming. Whereas the universal form, which talks about hills as a stake of his bone, physical sound is sense of hearing, trees as the hair of his body, clouds hair on his head, is actually a material form to indicate the Supreme Lord. So therefore, Krishna's incarnations are transcendental, where the universal form, which is thought in terms of the universe as a Lord, is material. So Krishna's Leela incarnations are more attractive and much more better than even the Virat Rupa. So initially, I was sharing my experience that even I thought this Virat Purusha to something look like the Supreme Lord. But as I understood from Bhagavad Gita, from Srila Prabhupada's teachings, that how 200 form is the source for the 400 form. And that's what we can see how this form, the 400, 200 form of the Lord, the transcendental form, or even Varaha Roop, even other Roops of the Lord. So all this Dashavatara, what you put, they're completely transcendental Lord of the Lord. And even they are transcendental to the universal form. And Nachasya Kashya Nipunena Dhatu Aveti Jantu Kumani Savoti Namani Rupani Manovachobi Santan Vato Nat Charyami Bhagya. So only fool consider Lord's spiritual pastimes ordinary. Understanding the Lord needs unreserved, uninterrupted, favorable devotional service there. So Lord, whatever Leela he does is transcendental, is Divya. And that's why Krishna says, Janma karma chame divyam, evam yaveti tatsaha tekta deham puna janma naiti mameti sarjuna. My all activities are transcendental. And one who understands it does not take birth again in this world. He comes back to me. Because understanding Lord's birth and activities is transcendental in itself. There. Now we are coming to another section which talks about glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. So as I narrated even in the second chapter, that Bhagavatam itself talks about his glories. Bhagavatam itself talks about his own glories, so that the readers become attracted. So now there's a beautiful section of going the verses 40 to 44 talks about what you get reading Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So all of you are coming every Tuesday evening for this classes, isn't it? And you are getting benefited by this classes while coming. So what benefit, what you will get that Srimad Bhagavatam is itself is telling, as we keep hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam, how is going to help us and how is going to elevate us. Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam Uttam Shloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rishi Nisheyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Sasti Ayanam Mahat. This scripture named Srimad Bhagavatam is a literally incarnation of God. And it is compiled by Srila Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people, and it's all successful, all blissful, and perfect. The first thing is saying Puranam Ham Samhitam. It is a literary incarnation of God. And that's why you see there's a worship of Srimad Bhagavatam is done. So before, I remember when our Bhakti Vaibhav classes used to happen, so before every class, we will do Aarti to Srimad Bhagavatam as we do Aarti to Lord. Because Srimad Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna there. So only when we take Srimad Bhagavatam like this, non-different from Shri Krishna, then we can learn Srimad Bhagavatam there. The first thing it is saying. Then the second verse, it talks about Tat idam grayamasaha sutam atmavatam varam sarva veda ityasanam saram samuhudrataham. Sri Vyasadeva delivered it to his son, who was the most respected among the self-lives. after extracting the cream of all Vedic literatures and histories of the universe. So Vyasdev delivered it to his son, there, who is the most respected among the self-lives after extracting the cream of all Vedic literatures and histories of the universe. So Bhagavatam is the cream. And Sukdev Goswami in his turn delivered the Bhagavatam great Emperor Parikshit, who sat surrounded by sages on the bank of Ganges awaiting death without taking food or drink. And this is the Emperor verse we're talking about. Krishna Sadham Upagate. If you remember, the question was asked when Krishna has left planet Earth, where the principles of Dharma game, how this Kali Yuga will receive light. And here is the question. What is the question? After Lord Krishna has left here, here means of Srimad Bhagavatam. Here, people will find the light. Light of what? From Srimad Bhagavatam. So Krishna Sadham Gate, after Lord ascended to his abode. Dharma Jnana Divisa, he went with Dharma and Jnana. And in Kali Yuga, because Dharma and Jnana is gone, we don't know what is Dharma, what is Jnana, what is a religion. Many people are confused. Are kya kare, kya na kare, right? Kya kare, kya na kare. Most of us are confused before meeting the devotees. Okay, ye puja kare, wo puja kare. What is a real religion? What is a real knowledge? What is a real thing? All of us are getting confused. But when Srimad Bhagavatam comes in our life, then Srimad Bhagavatam gives us a light there and tells us, Are, this if you do, your life will be successful. And that's what Bhagavatam is talking about. It gives the light for the darkest age of Kali. So if you want to know what to do, what not to do, just simply hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And Tatra Kirtayato Vipraha Viprashe Bhuri Tejasa Aham Chadde Gamam Tatra Nivishta Tadanugrahat So Ham Vashvishyami Yatha Dita Vitha. O learned Brahmana, when Sukdev Goswami recited to Parikshit, so Sut Goswami is saying this, I heard him. So when Sut Goswami and I learned the Bhagavatam from that great and powerful sage, now I should try to make you hear the very same thing as I learned from him and I have realized it. Now we'll see some of the glories from Srila Prabhupada's purport of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is said if Srimad Bhagavatam is kept in a person's home, Yamdutas cannot come in his home. Even a verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is kept and worshipped. And if where Bhagavatam is worshipped, there it's like Lord Krishna is himself worshipped. There. So no other piety is there as worshipping Srimad Bhagavatam and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam there, which is the dharma there. Because Bhagavatam is non-different from Sri Krishna. There. So how glorious is to give the time to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Now I would like to read from Sri Prabhupada's purport itself how Bhagavatam is so important. Anybody would like to read this? Translation. Okay. And prior to his departure from this material, okay. So no, no, so that.
And prior to his departure from this material world, he empowered Sri Vyasdev through Narada to compile the messages of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And thus, both the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam are like torch bearers for the blind people of this age. In other words, if men in this age of Kali want to see the real light of life, they must take to these two books only, and their aim of life will be fulfilled. Bhagavad Gita is the preliminary study of the Bhagavatam, and Srimad Bhagavatam is the summum bonum of life. Lord Sri Krishna personified. We must therefore accept Srimad Bhagavatam as the direct representation of Lord Krishna. One who can see Srimad Bhagavatam can see also Lord Sri Krishna in person.
Yeah.
They are identical.
So Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. If you have Bhagavatam in your home, if you can see Bhagavatam, then you can see Lord Krishna. Isn't it amazing? See how you think if Lord we would have seen Lord Krishna, would you feel yourself fortunate? How many feel fortunate if you get a darshan of Lord Krishna? Or you were there when Lord Krishna was doing his Leela, right? So many people may think that, okay, like last time we were discussing, that whatever scriptures are telling, is it real or true, or it is what? But if we see, there are videos which talk about that how Dwarka of Sri Krishna have been found. So this beautiful video shows that how the Dwarka of Sri Krishna existed, and the modern researchers have found the Dwarka. The same Bhagavatam which is talking about has talked about Dwarka, and today we are finding the Dwarka is there. So, and same Bhagavatam is telling when Lord Krishna has left the planet Earth and went to his abode, then how we can take his benefit by hearing from him. Isn't it? Right. So Krishna is like a sun. The sun rises from the mountain of Mathura and set in the mountain of Prabhat Kshetra, but sun is always there. So Lord has now not in front of our eyes, but to Srimad Bhagavatam we can take his association and see. And that's the beauty of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam about Sri Krishna. There. And now a question comes, whom should we hear Srimad Bhagavatam from? From whom we should hear Srimad Bhagavatam? That's the question comes. What is the qualification of a person who should hear Srimad, whom we should hear Srimad Bhagavatam? And second thing, what is the qualification of a person to hear Srimad Bhagavatam? So when any activity you do, the qualification of the people who are speaking about it and the qualification of people who are hearing about it, both are important. And that's what both is talking in Srimad Bhagavatam. There. So the next purport talks about Tat Kirtaya Vipra. That was Sukdev Goswami utilized. Anybody like to read it? Anyone like to read the purport? Okay, Steria. Nidhi Mataji, like to read?
Hare Krishna, Babuji.
Hare Krishna, yeah.
One can certainly see directly the presence of Lord Shri Krishna in the pages of Bhagavatam if one has heard it from a self-realized great soul like Sukadeva Goswami. One cannot, however, learn Bhagavatam from a bogus hired reciter whose aim of life is to earn some money out of such recitation and employ the earning in sex indulgence. बाबूजी वर्ड क्या है
Sex indulgence.
Intelligence. No one can learn Srimad Bhagavatam who is associated with person engaged in sex life. That is the secret of learning Bhagavatam. Nor can one learn Bhagavatam from one who interprets the text by his mundane scholarship. One has to learn Bhagavatam from the representative of Sukadeva Goswami and no one else if one at all wants to see Lord Shri Krishna in the pages.
Yeah. For example, many times with Bhagavad Sapta people will come. And for doing Bhagavad Sapta, they will take 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh. But a question may arise, if they are so happy in Srimad Bhagavatam, why are they taking money for reciting Bhagavatam? See, we are hearing Bhagavatam, so that all desires in our heart goes away and we feel satisfied. The person who is speaking should be more satisfied than us. He should not be behind man and woman and wealth. Yes or no? There. So that is the logic. So somebody who has transcended the desire for earning money for himself and to enjoy sense gratification, such a person can actually Srimad Bhagavatam. But that is not the alone qualification. One more qualification. He should hear from a representative of Sukdev Goswami, means who is coming in parampara, in a bona fide parampara. There. His teachers, he has heard from his teachers. Bhagavad padhiya, Bhagavad is. So such a person can actually speak Srimad Bhagavatam. When we hear Srimad Bhagavatam from such a person, then we can see Krishna in the pages of Bhagavatam. So it's not that we can go and hear any Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So we should first of all, any knowledge we are taking, we should take in Guru Parampara. So I told there are 4 sampradayas in which we can take the knowledge, right? Now here we're talking about which person is like qualified to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. Can anybody speak Srimad Bhagavatam? No. So such a person representing one who is coming in Guru Parampara, representing and who is detached in life. If we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, we will feel greatly satisfied in our life. And as a Parikshit Maharaj approached Sukdev Goswami to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Saunakadi Rishi approached Sutta Goswami to hear Srimad Bhagavatam there, because they are heard from their spiritual master. And when they are heard from the spiritual master, they're repeating according to their realization. So this is the qualification of a person to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. Now let us discuss what are the qualifications of a person to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. How one should hear Srimad Bhagavatam to take benefit of Srimad Bhagavatam. So simple hearing is not all. One must realize the text with proper attention. So one should hear with rapt attention the real person, then he can at once realize the presence of Lord Krishna in every place. The secret of knowing Bhagavatam is mentioned here. No one can give rapt attention who is not pure in mind. No one can be pure in mind who is not pure in action. No one can be pure in action who is not pure in eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating. But somehow or other, if someone hears this rapt attention from the right person, the very beginning, one can assuredly see Lord Krishna in person, the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. That means we have to hear with rapt attention, with a pure mind and pure activity of eating, sleeping, mating, and descending. Then we can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. That's the whole point there. So when we hear with rapt attention, like focus, one pointed focus. So when we are hearing, we should hear with one pointed focus, and such a hearing with faith and Shraddha, you will see developing devotion to Shri Krishna by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. That's the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam. So see, Parikshit Maharaj, he just heard for 7 days from Sukdev Goswami the Srimad Bhagavatam, and he went home back to Godhead. So this Bhagavatam is very, very potent. You should understand. Okay, so now we move to the 4th chapter. So Shaunakadi Rishi asked question, Vyasa divide the Vedas. Okay, before that begin, I will first explain you the how the chronology of Bhagavatam is going. So first time, who gave Srimad Bhagavatam to whom? Brahmaji spoke to Narad Muni, right? Then Narad Muni speaks to Srila Vyasa. Vyasa speaks to Sukdev Goswami. And while Sukdev Goswami was speaking to Parikshit Maharaj, there was who? There was Sutta Goswami sitting. And now what you are seeing is Sutta Goswami is narrating to Shaunakadi Rishi. Right? So this is the whole parampara. So remember this. So because many times you will see Sukdev Goswami will come, sometimes Sutta Goswami will come. So you should not get confused. So actually Sutta Goswami is narrating to Shaunakadi Rishi, but Sutta Goswami while he is narrating, he is also telling what Sukdev Goswami told to Parikshit. And he is also telling that how Vyasadeva spoke it to Narada. So Narad Muni spoke to Vyasadeva. But the reference whole is going is Sutta Goswami speaking to Shaunakadi Rishi. That is the base conversation. And in that conversation, there are many other conversations. Okay. So now, so what happened? Sukdev Shaunakadi Rishi heard, Arey, Bhagavatam is so nice. It is a solution to all the problems of Kali Yuga. So then he started question, hey, please tell me more about Srimad Bhagavatam. Like how Srimad Bhagavatam came about. See, they've already heard other Puranas by now. But now they develop curiosity. Tell me, how should I now? See, you're feeling interested, oh, If Srimad Bhagavatam is so nice, tell me more about Srimad Bhagavatam, how Bhagavatam came about. And then Parikshit, they're asking about Parikshit. Now, why they're asking Parikshit? Because first time in public Bhagavatam was spoken by Sukdev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. That was the first public Bhagavatam. Before that, it was confidential. You remember I told the story of Shuka, how Lord Shiva was approaching Sukdev Goswami, Shuka who has become a parrot. You have heard Srimad Bhagavatam. How can you hear Srimad Bhagavatam? There you are not qualified. But Vyasdev said, because he heard Srimad Bhagavatam, he has become Amar. Now you cannot kill him. Yeah. So, so now they started asking these questions. So they go, yeah. How did Hastinapur citizen recognize him, Sukdev Goswami? Why? Sukdev Goswami was like a Digambar. He's clothed with 4 directions. So generally, somebody comes without any clothes, they will think, this person is blind. But Sukdev Goswami was a Paramhamsa. So how did people of Hastinapur recognize him? Then Parikshit Maharaj ke bare mein we want to know, because of him Srimad Bhagavatam came about. And how Sukdev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj met? Because person like Sukdev Goswami would not meet a king. Because king is engaged in, generally king is supposed to be understand, okay, he's living in luxury, he's living in Rajmahal. And Sukdev Goswami is a detached person who ran away from his home, from childhood only. So he was already a liberated soul, already a Mukta Atma. And he ran from his home even in the time of when he just taking birth. Sukdev Goswami ran to jungle, and Vyasdev had to call Putra, 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 Putra. So how could such a renowned person is meeting Parikshit Maharaj there? So it's an astonishment for there. See, nowadays opposite. Even sannyasis want to meet prime minister and other things, but in those times, the renowned people generally will not go and meet the kings. Only sometimes people like Narada Muni will go and meet the kings and give them instructions and go away, but don't stay much in opulence or Rajmahal. There, that was considered sun certificate. So, so Shaunaka Rishi, so Shaunaka inquires about the Bhagavatam history. So Shaunaka's eagerness to hear Bhagavatam has increased due to its being as brilliant as the sun, bestowing knowledge of the whole. If Bhagavatam is brilliant as the sun, we really want to know how it has come. So he's asking questions about the Bhagavatam history. And many questions he poses. So first, hearing Bhagavatam, he inquired, when this first time Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken, what is the history of Srimad Bhagavatam? There. So he said, oh, please narrate to us what all Shuka spoke to Parikshit. So I'll skip this part, what is the realization? Yeah. And what the Shaunaka is asking? The Shaunaka is asking the question, if Vyasdev had already compiled all Vedic literature, including the Mahabharata, then why did he compile another Vedic literature like Srimad Bhagavatam? Right? He should not have done that. Then Sukdev Goswami was completely on the transcendental platform. Like I told the past time, when Sukdev Goswami was running from his father Vyasadev, that time Sukdev Goswami saw a completely naked girl. But his mind was not changed, and the girls also won't understand that he doesn't understand the difference between man and woman. But when Vyasadev came, they put on clothes. So such is transcendently absorbed. Sukdev Goswami, being so situated, how was he recognized when he looked like dumb man as the speaker of the Bhagavatam? Also, he never stayed in one spot longer than 30 minutes. But here he stayed for 7 days to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. That is amazing. He stayed at one place to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. So there it is, there. Then they're asking, Parikshit was the emperor of the whole world. See, the prime minister of the whole world or emperor of the whole world is coming and sitting in a coffin for 7 days and hearing Bhagavatam. He is announcing everything. Questions will come or not come. See, and Parikshit was not old. He was very young. He was only 60 years old. Parikshit Maharaj was only 60 years old when Bhagavatam was spoken. And those times, the ages of people will be 400 years, 500 years, not like 100 years today. Or at max 80 years today. Today, 75 years for retirement ho jata hai. So Bhishma Dev was 480 years when he was fighting. Pandavas was 125 years when they were fighting in Kurukshetra, and they were still young. Krishna was 125 years when they were fighting. So those days, the ages were much higher. Today, Kali Yuga, after 60, 70, you feel like, fully gone. And today, working in software company, you feel old by the age of 40 only. Back pain and this pain and that pain. But those days were not like that. So they're asking, why you are, why? So Parikshit Maharaj, who was in young age, very successful person, everybody was giving taxes to him, to Parikshit Maharaj, very successful person, emperor of the whole world, why did he has to renounce? There. So generally, successful people renounce this big thing. No? Now, if age is done, you become, then it is there. So they are asking, and he had driven out Kali also, Parikshit. He was so powerful, he established full dharma in his nation, in his kingdom. Why did he renounce? And that's what people are asking to Sutta, to uh, Sutta Goswami, Shonagati Rishi. The whole history comes. So actually, those people who are devotees, they feel compassion for others. They feel compassion for others. So those are devotees of the cause of the personality of Godhead live only for the welfare, development, and happiness of others. They do not live for any selfish interest. So even though the Emperor Parikshit was free from all attachment to worldly possessions, how could he give up his physical body, which was shelter for others? So because he was protecting everybody there, isn't it? He was protecting everybody. And if he goes away, rogues and thieves will come. Like, for example, many people worried that this time when, see, I'm not speaking in favor of some political party or some there, but just an example. If Modi ji retires, so always there is a question mark what will happen to Indian political situation from the outside world. Because from the time he has come, he has protected India from so many outside influences. So if he suddenly retires, then there is a big problem could happen unless a successor comes and holds it. People ask this question with it, the politics, the economic systems, and the things there. Some people may speak against it also, and that is fine with it. So I'm not about any politics or something, but I'm just giving an example. Like that, when Parikshit is retiring, they have a big question. Like if some big hero retires, big person doing great good for the people, he's retiring. They're asking why is he retiring? And then he's saying, because you are alive, you heard it nicely, you are expert, you know the expert in the meaning of the subjects of all subjects, except some portion of the Vedas. So that is fine. That you can clearly explain the answer to all questions, he'll just put to you. So please ask this question there. So they have confidence in Sutta Goswami while asking questions there. And now Vyasadeva in his meditation. So now he started to explain that how the Srimad Bhagavatam came around there. See, previously, all the Vedas were in the form of Shruti. You just hear it and remember it. You hear the Vedas and you remember it. Only at the time of Kali Yuga started, people's memory started to become weak. And then there was a need, okay, you should write the Vedas. So people read and remember. Otherwise, previously, people can just hear and remember. Now only we get a problem that, okay, we have to hear and we have to read and remember. There's no need of reading. The memory was there. Why? Because people led such a pure life. If they heard something, they will remember it immediately. If they heard something, they remember it immediately. Like that people felt. तो भौति का नाम तो भावा नाम शक्ति हसम सततम अश्रद्धा नाम नित्वान दुर्मेधान हितायुष दुर्भागान सजनान भिक्षा. So these are all qualities of Kali Yuga. Muni Devyena Chakshusha Sarvavanashtamam Yada Dadyuhitam Moses. The great sage was fully equipped with knowledge, could see with his transcendental vision a deterioration of everything material due to the influence of the age. He could also see that the faithless people in general would be reduced in duration of life and would be impatient due to lack of godness. Thus he contemplated for the welfare of all men in all statuses and orders of life. Everything has deteriorated in Kali Yuga, so I should write those scriptures. So this was the compassion of Vyasadeva there, that how Kali Yuga people can benefit. And therefore, he not only wrote the Vedas, he got saw that people deeply contemplate the welfare. And he saw how four every principle will be broken, people will be greedy for wealth. So much he was seeing. The symptoms of Kali Yuga he saw before because he had a vision by which he can even see the future. Vyasadeva is a literally incarnation of God. And he divided, there was only one Veda before. He divided one Veda into four Veda. So previously only Yajur Veda was there, but he divided Yajur Veda into Rig Veda, Athar Veda, and Sam Veda. there. Then he gave it to different rishis. Then he gave Rig Veda to Pala Rishi. He gave Samved to Gemini Rishi. Then he gave Yajurved to Vaishampayan and Atharved to Sumantu. Then he thought fifth Veda, which is called the Puranas, Mahabharata, and the Itihasa. Because to understand the Vedic knowledge, you actually require a lot of proficiency in Sanskrit, and not only proficiency in Sanskrit, you need high quality of goodness. But some people are not in goodness. Can they not take benefit of the scriptures? For that, he made Puranas. At Puranas, anybody can take benefit. Anybody who hears the Puranas can take benefit. And afterward, he made Mahabharata, which even people who are not very intelligent also can take benefit of Mahabharata. Istiduja Shridvanduna. There. The Puranas, Rom Harshan Sutta, the Sud Goswami's father. And what was the speciality of Mahabharata? Bhagavad Gita is part of what? Mahabharata. We learn Bhagavad Gita in 18 days. So Bhagavad Gita is a part of which book? Anybody knows Bhagavad Gita is a part of which book? It's a part of Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, when the Yuddha start, that's the time Bhagavad Gita was spoken. So the Mahabharata brings everything on a very climax. And then in that climax, Bhagavad Gita is spoken. So what was our idea of, and if you read Mahabharata, or if you would even see the Ramanand Sagar serial Mahabharata, or this. So even, not the Raman, the previous Mahabharata used to come 20 years back. That was very authentic. So when you read Mahabharata, my experience, if I just touch Mahabharata, 50 pages I will read, then only I will stop. It's so interesting, the fight and things there. But that is not the purpose of Mahabharata to teach us fighting. But fighting and everything makes us an interest. So we learn dharma in giving in Bhagavad Gita. And that's why Vyasadeva put the Bhagavad Gita in between Mahabharata. So at least people will read Bhagavad Gita. But what will happen? People will read Mahabharata and forget about Bhagavad Gita. I remember when I used to watch Mahabharata serial, so everything else I liked than the teachings of Bhagavad Gita because I didn't understand anything. So he gave Mahabharata that people can enjoy and hear it and learn some dharma from it. There. But over a period of time, what will happen? The people were doing, the people could not, and people read Mahabharata, they enjoy, but they did not practice. They could not understand about Krishna much from Mahabharata. In fact, develop more doubts. Why this happened, why that happened. So the purpose was lost in one sense of writing Mahabharata. So even he wrote a Mahabharata and he underwent strict, see, whatever was written in Vedas. In fact, when Vyasadeva had to write the Vedas, he wanted a scribe to write it. So he went to the Devata, then he remembered Ganesha. The condition was, if anybody has to write the Vedas, they should only write if they realize that verse. So finally, Ganeshji came in forward. Okay, I will write the Ganesh. I will write them all the Vedas. But Ganeshji's condition was it that Vyasadeva should never stop speaking. If he stops, I will go away. So now Vyasadeva is speaking and Ganeshji is writing. And Ganeshji is a very fast writer. So Vyasadeva has to match the speed. So sometimes Vyasadeva will speak such complicated words. If Vyasadeva has to need time to think and tell him, then Vyasadeva will speak such a complicated word that Ganeshji will think. So Vyasadeva will get time. And that's how so one time we're distributing Bhagavad Gita near the Ganesh temple. So we said, please read the Bhagavad Gita written by Ganeshji. Ganeshji ki kitab Bhagavad Gita ko padhiye. Because Ganeshji only wrote all the Vedic scriptures. So he's only writing all the Vedic scriptures, or Ganeshji is writing all the things. So when you're reading this Vedic scripture, it's the Ganeshji who is writing everything. So Vyasadeva made everything written. Now a question may come, see what had happened, Vyasadeva had already written. Now till now, Srimad Bhagavatam was not written by Vyasadeva. He has written all the Vedic scriptures. He has written all the Puranas. He has written even Mahabharata. But he has not written Srimad Bhagavatam yet. Srimad Bhagavatam was written the last there. And how Srimad Bhagavatam was written, now it will come. So even though writing all the Vedic literature, Srila Vyasadeva was not satisfied. Here comes the real point. In this world, now why after writing all the Vedic literature, Srimad Vyasadeva was not satisfied? Then, so now that comes a speciality of Srimad Bhagavatam, that even after hearing all the Vedic literatures, Vyasa was not satisfied, or he was satisfied only when he wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. And that goes to show that how Srimad Bhagavatam is the most special scripture, more than any other Vedic literature, because that Srimad Bhagavatam came in the maturity of Srila Vyasa. There. So if Vyasadeva was not satisfied writing all the scriptures, so would we be satisfied by reading all the Vedic literature if we don't read Srimad Bhagavatam? But if we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we will also get satisfied because Vyasadeva got satisfied only after writing. Of course, Vyasadeva is the supreme Lord. Vyasadeva is a great personality. He was not satisfied that I have done sufficient service to people by giving all the Vedic literature. There. And that's what the whole fourth and fifth chapter will talk about. There. So how the way Vyasadeva is thinking, we should also think in our life, are we satisfied in our life? And okay, we are not satisfied in our life, so why we are not satisfied? What we should do so that we become satisfied in our life, our heart becomes satisfied, what is missing in our life, and that's what we are going to see here. This is from the Bhagavatam book. Yeah. So Vyasadeva is, oh, sorry. I have, I have underwent strict disciplinary vows, unpretentiously worship the Vedas, the spiritual master, and the altar of sacrifice. I have also abided by the rulings and have shown the importance of disciplic succession to the explanation of the Mahabharata, by which even women, Shudras, and others can see the path of religion. O twice born Brahmana, still his mind was not satisfied, although he engaged himself on working for the total welfare of our people. So we have to ask question, are we satisfied in our life? What is the cause of dissatisfaction in life? So when we understand that Vyasa was not satisfied, then we can understand why we are not feeling satisfied in our life. Okay, how many of you feel that you're completely satisfied in life? How many of you feel that we are also lacking satisfaction in our life? We're also looking for satisfaction and we are also feeling dissatisfied in life. Only few others are. See, I want everybody to participate in the questions, then we can have a better understanding. So do you feel dissatisfied or satisfied in life? Okay, how many of you feel dissatisfied? Something is missing in our life. You can even write in chat if you're feeling satisfied or dissatisfied. Anything you can write. You know, are you feeling dissatisfied or satisfied in life? Because that's what the Bhagavatam will make a change in our life. Is there? I think only few devotees are answering. I wanted to answer. I wanted everyone to answer or raise your hand if you feel. So that it gives a participation. We just don't want to have a one-way class. We want to have two-way classes where everybody feels a kind of, you know, the that you are also able to contribute what we're discussing. And so why we are dissatisfied? Because now we are there. Now the fourth and fifth chapter will actually talk about why we are feeling dissatisfied. So when we understand Vyasadeva's dissatisfaction, see, Vyasadeva's dissatisfaction was not for himself. Vyasadeva's dissatisfaction was for us. And when we understand why Vyasadeva is feeling dissatisfied, then we can understand that why we are dissatisfied. Are you able to point that? And that is why now we're thinking, okay, Vyasadeva is dissatisfied. What do I have to do? ये कहानी क्यों बता रहे हैं करके नहीं. When you understand Vyasadeva, why Vyasadeva is dissatisfied, then we can understand why I am dissatisfied in my life. And how can I obtain great results in life? And that's the secret of the verses we are going to cover. Right? So are you there with me? With what we're going to learn? So we are towards the end of this chapter 4, but it's going to review something. And Vyasadeva is himself introspecting. Am I inspired? So we should also introspect in our life. We, even after having all material facilities in our life, right? So most of you are coming from a good to-do families where you materially have some kind of there, but still you don't feel satisfied. We don't feel inner enthusiasm, inner satisfaction. So one should analyze what is missing in my life. Why am I not feeling happy? So Vyasadeva is contemplating. Another thing, the Vyasadeva is contemplating who is Srila Vyasadeva's Guru Narada. So Narad Muni comes. And Vyasadeva checks with Narad Muni that why I am not satisfied. So we also need a mentor in our life or a guru in our life to whom we can open our heart and guide us. And why I'm not feeling satisfied. And just like Narad Muni's instruction held Vyasadeva, same by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam under the guidance of the devotee, he can feel the satisfaction. Right? And that's how this Bhagavatam is to us. So much. Isn't it? There. So if we also want to be happy, the prasanna chitta, we have to understand what is lacking in our life. And which lacking is fulfilled by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Because after reciting Bhagavatam, Vyasadeva became very happy and satisfied. So if we also hear Srimad Bhagavatam, we also become happy and satisfied. But what is there in Srimad Bhagavatam which makes us satisfied, and what was lacking before, due to which Vyasadeva was not satisfied? That's the question we have to understand. And that's what Vyasadeva is going to contemplate now. So this may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of God, which is dear both to perfected beings and self-love. I talk about jnana, I talk about the knowledge of soul, I talk about karma kant, that if you do this puja, you will go to heaven. If you do this, you will get this. But I did not glorify the Lord sufficiently. He glorified, but not sufficiently. And I am feeling incomplete. Although I have everything required by the Vedas. Then finally Narada reached the cottage of Krishna Devan Vyas on the bank of Saraswati. You have heard in Prayagraj, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. Now Saraswati disappeared. But in Bhagavatam, when Bhagavatam was spoken, Bhagavatam was written by Vyasadeva 5,000 years before. At that time, Saraswati was present. And the NASA satellite have actually found out that actually Saraswati was flying. But there was some tectonic movement of the plate due to which Saraswati went underground. So what is said in Prayagraj that there was a Sangam of Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, the same way when Vyasadeva was there 5,000 years before, Saraswati was there. But over a period of 2,500 years, it got dry. So that also proves the authenticity of the Vedic literature. So what they're saying is make a different thing in life. So as the auspicious arrival to Narada, Vyasadeva got up respectfully and worshipped him, giving him veneration equal to that given to Brahmaji, the creator. And Narada reached the above mentioned cottage of Krishna Devan Vyas on the banks of Saraswati, just as Vyasadeva was regretting his defect. So we need a guru or a spiritual mentor to tell us what we are missing in our life and what we should do to rectify it. So to understand free life, has it made my friends happy? My friends who are hunting for mental pleasure get frustrated so often they've gone for divorce, side business. Where can one find real happiness? So let us hear some glorious Srimad Bhagavatam. Those persons who worship the Vaishnava literature in their house are free from all sins and they become worshipable, even the demigods. If even a half or a quarter of the verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is kept in one's house, that is glorious. But what is the need of accumulating thousands of other literature? In Kali Yuga, one who does not keep Srimad Bhagavatam in his house can never be delivered from the control of Yamraj. In Kali Yuga, how can one be considered Vaishnava who does not keep Srimad Bhagavatam? My dear son, Lord of the universe, for my place in the place of the Vaishnavas, I should keep Srimad Bhagavatam with devotion. So that's the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. Just keeping Bhagavatam in your house is so pleasing to God. So you can understand the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, how glorious it is. Keeping Srimad Bhagavatam. So we conclude, let's show the concluding summary here. So just as Vyasadeva is feeling despondent, Narada Muni, Vyasadeva's spiritual master, arrives in the scene, allowing Vyasadeva the opportunity to reveal his heart and thus get a remedy for his despondency. So we also need somebody to tell our share of our heart and take right guidance to remove dissatisfaction. By the same thing, the problems are created. You can't solve the problem with the same solution. You need a higher solution. You need guidance in life. So just like Vyasadeva is feeling despondent, but Narada Muni arrives and Vyasadeva opens his heart. Vyasadeva immediately get up to worship Narada Muni with great pleasure because Narada Muni is son of Brahmaji. So what we saw today, the Shaunakadi Rishi appreciates Rupa and asked 4 questions. Asked about how Bhagavatam was spoken, where Bhagavatam was spoken, how did Vyasadeva got inspiration, and he asked about Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami was transcendental. How did he was received at Hastinapur? Why did Sukadeva Goswami meet Parikshit for such a long time? Then why did Parikshit took, renounce everything? And then talked about where did Vyasadeva took birth, what is Vyasadeva's vision, and how Vyasadeva was dissatisfied after doing all this service. And that was the question done. And that's how we completed our chapter 4. So now chapter 5 will talk about why Vyasadeva is dissatisfied and how we can also receive satisfaction and beautiful exchange of Narada Muni and Vyasadeva. You will see. And how we need somebody to reveal our heart there to get right guidance and right understanding how we can be happy and satisfied in life. Without that guidance, life becomes difficult. So in order to progress Krishna consciousness, we all of us need somebody senior devotee whom we can reveal our heart and seek solution and how we can become satisfied. And now, of course, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam will automatically fulfill that dissatisfaction in our life coming there. Okay, so I like to take questions. Any questions any devotee have? Or if you want to say something, what you are learning from this session, what you are learning from Srimad Bhagavatam, how you are feeling about, if you want to share about it. I've given permission to unmute yourself, so you can unmute and speak. And next week is going to be a very amazing session where Narada Muni will tell his own person and is going to become more and more interesting. So as we are going ahead, things are going to become more and more interesting with more stories and more lessons from the story. Till now, it was a philosophy for 3 chapters. Now it's more going to be the stories and the lessons from the stories from Srimad Bhagavatam. And very, very beautiful.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Pranam. Thank you for the class, Prabhu. I just have like one question, Prabhu. So
Yes.
you mentioned that Bhagavatam was written in the end. So like I was just wondering how the Puranas are actually glorifying Bhagavatam.
Yeah, so very amazing. So see, Vyasadeva before only saw that what Sukadeva Goswami will speak to Shaunakadi Rishi or Sukadeva Goswami will speak to Parikshit Maharaj, and he wrote it down.
Oh,
Can
okay.
you see?
Yeah.
And because he's a speaker, and if you see, he's saying the first verses, the one place Vyasavata is also there, and he's writing the story of Sukadeva Goswami and things. So before Bhagavatam is spoken, he has written down what is going to be spoken because he's a Trikaldarshi. He can see what is going to happen.
Oh, okay. So similar to how Bhagavatam speaks about the future generations and kings. And
Yeah. Everything was there.
oh, okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Good question. Yes, Saraswati.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah. And also, I request if you're speaking, if you open your video, so I know who is there. So it helps. Otherwise, it's fine. You can speak. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
It
Yeah.
was indeed a very good session, Prabhuji. It's mind-boggling. It's very, we are more and more eager every day. Why don't we have every day the classes, Prabhuji? It can't wait to hear next week. It's so humble to hear from you.
I have no qualification, but just in the sense how it is benefiting devotees, and that gives me happiness. And to speak about Krishna is the greatest happiness. Yeah.
Krishna, what to say? It's a Krishna, Prabhuji. He is the supreme God.
Yes.
No words to say. But we are very eager to hear more and more about him. We want to learn everything what he has done and the Leelas and everything from top to bottom.
Yes. So nice. So sages also are very eager to know about Krishna. Yes.
Yes.
Ankur Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So, Prabhuji, you spoke about some of the qualities in a devotee before one gets initiated or one starts getting benefits of Bhagavatam, right? So you spoke about cleanliness of heart and activities and so on. So, so is it that these qualities are needed to get started, or hearing, reading, and association itself imbibe these qualities?
So very amazing, nice question. Srila Prabhupada says, if somehow or other you have rapt attention, you will get benefit of Srimad Bhagavatam. So what you need rapt attention. If you're getting attention while hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, automatically you do the job. But if you are not getting attention while hearing, because there's an impurity in the mind. And how to purify that impurity in the mind? Time, you have a right time to sleep, early to rise, early to bed, early to rise, makes a person healthy and wise. So that's how sleeping could be purified. No sleeping only, not sleeping too much, neither sleeping too less. Yuktahara vyarasya. Same way eating also, neither eating too much, neither eating too less, neither eating only for the pleasure of tongue. So all these things, when we have a balance, then we learn a focus in life. We come to mode of goodness. Then we can hear with repetition. But even these things are not there. Somehow or other you hear with repetition, you will see purification will happen by hearing the fact.
Okay, and one more question, Prabhuji. The third chapter talks about Kalki Avatar, which will come at the intersection of Kali Yuga and Satyuga.
Hmm.
So this also comes from Vyastev, or and if you can talk about it.
Comes from Vyasdev means?
I mean, this prediction of Kalki Avatar.
Yes. Vyasdev only has written. But after how much time Vyasdev is now? 420, after 427,000 Kalki Avatar. Not now.
Yeah, at the end of Kali Yuga, right?
At the end of Kali Yuga. And the age of Kali Yuga is said to be 432.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, Kallol Prabhu, Kallol Ranjan Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, I am very curious. How could Vyasdev find so much time to write the entire Vedic scriptures? So much, he had written, contributed.
That was his exclusive service. He didn't have to go for office.
Okay, but it might have taken years altogether.
Obviously, he is literally incarnation of the Lord. Only Lord can do such a huge task.
I see. Okay.
Divided one Veda into 4 Vedas.
Yeah.
So that people of Kali Yuga can understand it.
I wonder if some of us would have got like 1/10 or 1/100th of that time to write, That's
But you can
amazing.
read, but you can hear Srimad Bhagavatam in perfect your life.
Yes, yes, yes. That's the best we can do. Thank you.
Yes. Tara Chandran.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, my question was around the Lord Buddha avatar. I think it is mentioned in the last chapter that Lord Buddha literally asked the people at that time to avoid reading Vedas and just focus on ahimsa, right? Something like that, I understood.
Hmm.
So my question, what I got is, he himself is the avatar of Sri Krishna. Why did he advise people to not read
A very
Vedas?
nice point. See, what was happening at that point of time, Brahmanas were eating meat in name of Ashmed Yagya and Gomed Yagya. So Lord became so upset at the Brahmanas at this Yagya. See, what would happen in Ashmed Yagya and Gomed Yagya? When you sacrifice the animal will obtain a human form of life. And that will prove your sacrifice is real. Your sacrifice is proper because the animal has got a human form of life, right? But Brahmanas start using the sacrifices to eat the animals. They became so corrupted. So Lord became so upset. Ahimsa parma dharma. Forget everything. First learn ahimsa. Just like, for example, in your house, some fault happens. What you will do the first thing? You'll find out where is the fault, or you will go and close the main supply. What you will do, Tarachandra? Is the fault in the house?
Yeah, I'll first eliminate the fault itself.
No, eliminate. First, you'll find out where is the fault, or close the main supply.
Find the fault.
Close the main supply.
Because by the time you find the main fault, the whole thing may there.
Done.
So Buddha
Yeah.
means close the main supply, means Vedas. Then came Shankaracharya.
Yes.
He spoke a philosophy similar to Buddha of impersonalism, but he brought the faith of people in the Vedas and worship Upasana.
Mhm.
Then came Ramanujacharya, who brought about the worship of the Supreme, not the Supreme, not as a person, Vishesha. Then came Madhvacharya, Dvaita. The Jiva and the Supreme Lord are different. So Advaita to Dvaita. Then came Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years back, talking about Achantai Bheda Tattva. That God and living entity are same in quality but different in quantity.
So, Prabhuji, a quick question on that, just extending that. See, Buddha was atheist, right? And then there is a Shunyavad in there. Now, have those to do with anything around stop reading Vedic scriptures and
Yes,
follow me?
Buddha also preached. Buddha has preached that to stop reading the Vedas because they were misusing the Vedas to sacrifice the animals and eating them. And that was done by the Brahmana. And that's why Buddha did it. Okay. So then what happened? But Buddha tricked people. He said, don't worship God, but worship me. But he is God. So by worshipping him, Buddha also got elevated. But that's not the right way. Right way is to understand there is a Supreme Lord.
Okay. Also, Prabhuji, can just refresh my memory or our memory. You said 4 sampradaya, right? Are they
So
from where?
Madhva Sampradaya, we come in Madhav, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Gaudiya means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then there's a Nimbarka, Vishnu Swami. Vishnu Swami. Then there's a Rudra Sampradaya. Then which comes from the Kumaras. Sorry, Lord Shiva. And then there's a Shiva Sampradaya. So like this, and Nimbarka comes from the Kumar Sampradaya. So there's 4 Sampradayas are there. Shiva Sampradaya is quite prominent in South India. You go Tamil Nadu and other places. The Shiva Vaishnavas.
Yeah.
And the Madhvas are prominent. The Madhvas prominent is Udupi, but the Gaudiyas are prominent in West Bengal and Odisha. But now it's all over the world. Is this one?
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Anyone like to speak and or talk any points? What you like? How Srimad Bhagavatam is helping you? So there's no glory to me, is all I'm just repeating, but I want to know how it is benefiting you hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. And it will inspire other devotees also how you are getting benefited by hearing this Srimad Bhagavatam, or what you're understanding. Anyone like to speak?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Um, uh, After I got associated with ISKCON and after hearing from you the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, I started reading with your blessings, and it is really, it gives bliss. It's very blissful. I mean, it gives inner bliss. That is what I have felt when I started reading, and I have reached till sixth canto. So, but it gives a completely different feeling. It gives bliss, and it reduces stress and dissatisfaction in life.
Yes, very nice, very nice. Okay. Anyone else like to share something? Maybe last one hand. Okay, Mamta Mataji, yes.
Is the copy of Bhagavatam available in ISKCON?
Yeah, you can come to
centers?
ISKCON Sarjapur Road, it's available.
Okay, thank you.
Prabhuji, I just want to share. I think the one benefit that I am realizing is that the cycle of realization gets shorter, in a sense that when we do something wrong, right? The realization happens now after a few hours or after a day or so, which earlier used to happen after a very long time.
That's good. The Paramatma is helping you to what is right, what is wrong. Okay, so we'll chant one round of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Thank you so much. You can put Vishnu Prabhu, you can put the slide. Yeah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.